What's going on the Hidden Channel? So I got something to bring to your attention because I know it's made TMZ, it made a few news channels about the Children's Museum putting out the Juneteenth watermelon salad. Here's a news clip, if you haven't heard.
The Children's Museum of Indianapolis is apologizing this morning after backlash to a Juneteenth-inspired food item in its cafeteria. The museum offered the Juneteenth watermelon salad in honor of the U.S. federal holiday that commemorates the emancipation of enslaved African Americans. A museum visitor posted a picture of the salad as a comment on the museum's Facebook page. Well, in it, the visitor accused the museum of perpetuating offensive stereotypes and celebrating the holiday. The museum released a statement saying in part, quote, "As a museum, we apologize and acknowledge the negative impact that stereotypes have on communities of color." It went on to say, the salad has been removed from the menu. We resolve to do better and continue bringing all voices forward in our work, end quote.
Now listen, y'all. I'm from Indianapolis. This is where I live at, all right? I grew up right down the street from the Children's Museum. The Children's Museum is on like 25th in Illinois. I grew up on 36th in Illinois, right down the street from the Children's Museum. Should black people be offended about this Juneteenth salad that they attempted to put out there with this watermelon in it? Man, depends. I'm from Indiana. I know how racist Indiana is, right? So whoever made this salad could have just been trying to be funny and be an asshole. You know what I mean? This is I live here. I know how the racist people are here. You know what I mean? I grew up here with the KKK rallies. I grew up here in fifth grade, going across the street to my elementary school to paint off nooses that was painted on the walls across from my elementary school. I'm only 33 years old. To have went through all the racist things I went through here. I grew up getting harassed by the police walking down the street. Me and my friends, the police stopping us just walking down the street. Who are y'all? Pull up your pants. Where y'all going? To being told I fit the description of a burglary probably at least 10 times in my life. To being called the N-word more times than I can count on my fingers and toes. To being over sentenced in jails. It's just so much racism I've been through here. It's not even funny. From the jobs. I remember my fourth grade teacher calling us porch monkeys when she got mad at us. Indiana's a racist state, man. Girl, I dated a white girl that got mad and called me a nigger. And, I made her pay for it. But, so it's hard to say, okay, were they trying to be funny? Probably so, y'all. Y'all know the stereotype about black people and watermelon, black people and fried chicken. We all know the stereotype. We all know the ongoing joke. Okay? Do I like watermelon? Yes. Is watermelon healthy for you? Yes. Would I've eaten a watermelon salad? I don't know. Watermelon and lettuce just don't sound good to me. But I think they were trying to be funny. Whoever came up with this, I think they were trying to be funny. This is Indiana. This is the same place where, I don't know if you heard about this, probably not, where the art museum basically let out a statement. The art museum here, I believe, yes, it was the art museum, let out a statement. They had to come and clean this up just like the museum is doing, that they wanted their guests to stay white. I can't remember what it said verbatim, but that's what the statement was saying. They didn't want any more new guests. They wanted to have their same guests that they've been having, the white guests. I can't remember what it said verbatim, but that's what they were saying. So they had to come out and apologize. The dude had to resign. It was an old white man that made that statement. I know how racist Indiana is. So yeah, I feel like black people, they saying like, oh, black people, y'all get offended by anything. Y'all have to understand what we've been through in this country, man. It hasn't stopped. Being a black man is the hardest thing to be, y'all. It's hard for us to date. It's hard for us to get jobs. I mean, it's hard for us in every field. Dating, jobs, trying to get a loan. The law, we get over sentenced. We're targeted. They target us. It's hard being black, man. There's nothing harder than being a black man. And not to say take nothing from the black women, but there's nothing harder than being a black man. That's why we're losing right now. We're doing the worst out of everybody in the country. The black man is doing the worst. Y'all think that's by accident? So yeah, black people get sensitive when we hear things like this: a watermelon salad for Juneteenth. First off, Children's Museum, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing for Juneteenth? Who controls the Children's Museum? A white person? I don't even understand what made y'all even want to make a salad for Juneteenth, honestly. Like, what do y'all have to do with the black community? Nothing. They have nothing to do with the black community. Except for the fact that we kept y'all in business until the white people found out about y'all. When Madonna came here and went to the Children's Museum and stuff, the Children's Museum is popular now. But growing up, the Children's Museum was sort of low key. It was super cheap. You could go there get a super discount, go in there for free, or go in there with food stamps. And probably if you got food stamps, you probably went in there for free. So don't get me wrong, but we were the ones that kept it open because it was in the ghetto. The Children's Museum was built in the ghetto, 25th in Illinois. Anybody knows that that's the neighborhood I grew up in, on 36th in Illinois. It was Killer Central over there, Indianapolis murder rate here is crazy, y'all. We're probably going to beat Chicago out this year as far as crime and violence. And it's getting worse and worse, y'all. Black people are sensitive right now, okay? We're going to remain sensitive until something happens in this country, man, to help us out because we don't have resources like the white people do. I hear so many people be like, oh, I got a rich uncle that died and left me all this money. We don't have these things. Somebody died and left me this nice house. Somebody died and left. We don't have these things. We don't have people that we can put on our resume in our families that are doctors and lawyers and judges and stuff like that. We don't have these things. We don't have black people in power at these jobs to help promote other black people when the white people won't do it. Because us black people are tired of having to work 3-4 times as hard to try to get a promotion to impress the white supervisor. And the white supervisor is going to go with who he's comfortable with, the white guy. We're going to remain sensitive over stuff like this, y'all, because it's hard being black, man. I wish people would just step in our shoes for a little bit, man. It's hard being a black man. I'm well-spoken. I'm smart. I didn't become a 2-time felon from nothing, y'all. I did not have the resources that I needed. I'm not making any excuses for choices that I made, but I tried. I tried to go to college. I wanted to go to college. I was in pre-college classes. My mother pulled me out of those classes. And pretty much just ruined my credits. And so I was, I don't know. That's when I started smoking and drinking and stuff and just kind of went downhill. And because it didn't matter anymore. College wasn't in my plans anymore. How am I going to college now? My mama ain't got my back. My father ain't got my back. In our communities, we were not taught financial literacy. We don't know. I didn't even know anything about college loans or anything when I was younger. I didn't know anything. We don't know anything about loans. We don't know anything about building our credit. By the time we find out, we're in our late 20s or early 30s. Some people later than that. We kind of have it rough out here, man. And on top of that, since we're starting at a deficit, we start at a deficit already. We're already at the bottom just because we're black. And then trying to work our way from that deficit is hard because we're black. We're going to remain sensitive over stuff like this until something is done. Because why is it Native Americans get reparations? Why don't we get reparations? Why is it I have Native American friends, they get checks because they're Native American? Did Native Americans own slaves? Huh? Native Americans own slaves too. So we're going to remain sensitive over stuff like this, as we should, until y'all do something about this fucking problem. You know what I mean? Or we're just going to have to do it ourselves. But until then, shit like this doesn't need to happen. A watermelon salad. I mean, come on. Somebody knew what the fuck that was. A watermelon salad for the Juneteenth. Come on now. This is Indiana, baby. We know what's going on. Everybody stay pissed.